Hey everybody, All the Things here, and today we got a book called Go Giver Influencer. So, this book, Go Giver Influencer, is written by the same people who wrote The Go Giver, which is Bob Burke and John David Mann. But if you want to see the review that I did for this book, you can go wherever the link is and you can watch that. But we're not talking about this book. Today we're talking about The Go Giver Influencer, which is kind of the same concept as the original Go Giver book, but it focuses on what is called being an influencer, being somebody that can have influence over other people or towards other people. And it does it in the same format where it's a story where somebody goes through a journey and initially starts off as somebody who is not really too much of an influencer and grows throughout the book and learns lessons. So at the end, they are much more aligned with the idea of not only being a go giver, but in this case, being somebody that go gives in a way that gravitates influence towards them. One of the things that I thought was really interesting in this book, as opposed to the original Go Giver, is this book kind of centers around a business deal, and it teaches the concept of being an influencer through different people in different perspectives. So it gives you a way to learn the concept from a different pair of shoes throughout the book, and that can be very useful if the main character doesn't really resonate with who you are as a person. Maybe one of the other characters does resonate with who you are as a person, so it gives you a better bearing on what you can do to become an influencer. And I think the cool thing about this book is the two main people who are learning how to be influencers are doing so in different ways, and they're learning from different teachers within the book. So they're learning similar concepts but from different people in different words and stuff. So it teaches you it more than once, but also in different ways. Um, this concept of being an influencer, I think, is seeking to have a way of dealing with people where you're persuading them to do things, you're not manipulating people, you are getting people to do what they want to do or what is within their best interest in a way that's supportive and in a way that brings you credibility. And I think this book highlights some positive ways to do that and then gives some like anecdotal examples on being an influencer. To give you kind of a short kind of thing on it, this book is about an entrepreneur who has a small business and he's trying to turn it into a much larger business, and he's trying to make a deal with a large company to kind of franchise his business. And it's about his struggle to um, create a deal that he is comfortable with and that also maintains the quality of his brand, because he makes like dog food or pet food, and his whole thing is making local homegrown stuff that's really healthy. And he's worried that the franchise thing will like make the food not as healthy or not as fresh. And it kind of goes through his story of learning how to navigate through business, but at the same time keep his integrity and make situations that are good for everybody. Um, I think it does continue to hammer home this idea of a go giver, where it's important that no matter what you're doing, no matter what situation you're in, whether you're at home or you're in the office, it's important to be consistent and do things that make sense. Anything that is a good business practice is a good life practice, as it says in this book. And I think it continues to uh, be shown through the influencer book that it's important to be a consistent person in whatever you're doing. And I think this book continues to talk about that kind of stuff, build on the ideas of Go Giver, but really focus on what it means to be an influencer and how to do it in a positive way that doesn't stop when you're done, but that continues on afterwards and leaves a good impression and good feelings within the people that are being influenced by you. A short book, pretty easy to read, no pictures, just like the other one, except for this cool picture. Same picture as the one on Go Giver. I like this book, short book to read. Another one that you could read to your kids. And I do plan on reading the other Go Giver books, because both of these were excellent books. And I think how this book had a concept that built into this book, I think the other books are going to do the same thing. And I think this concept is worth looking at from different perspectives so you can learn it in deeper, different ways and help apply it to your life better. So I'm looking forward to reading the other books. There's one on leadership. I forgot what the other ones were about, but I will get to those and I'll do reviews when it's time. But for now, the book is Go Giver Influencer. It's by Bob Berg and David John Mann, in case you need to see their names. And yeah, I really like this book. I recommend it. Not a hard read. It's an interesting story, and it's one you can read to your kids. It has good lessons in it. If you've read this book or any of the Go Giver books and you have something to say, please like, comment, or subscribe, and maybe we can start a conversation and learn something new from each other. But this is all the things, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.